like crazed alchemists, you know? And I'm never quite sure what to make of what they put together. In this case, against an alchemist.
Really sick. That was first blood.
Wonder how many bracers Topson's gonna get in this matchup. Because I have to imagine, like, he gets 1 or 2 bracers, he just dominates this. Misha staying alive with a healing salve thanks to some nice micro with that centaur stun.
No roll up yet.
He's gonna roll into him now, but a bit too late to get the kill. I'm sure Saxo's just happy to be able to get a lot of damage in. Saberlight finally gets caught back over. Okay. Wow, he really did kill him. I was a bit surprised he was able to pull out that kind of damage, but it did cost him his life as he had to die.
It's not impossible.
That is one of the funny things, though, about OG is we saw how they were in that previous series willing to hyper ball up. And I have no doubt they're probably going to be doing some of that in this game of just like everyone sitting around the Tidehunter as they push for objectives at some point.
See, I guess my question is like, who hits the towers on OG though? If they do ball up around the Tide, like how can they really quickly take towers?
Can they get the block? They do. Nicely done.
He just walks into them.
Yeah, and thanks to the Morbid Mask, man, you live for so long. If you can get off one more, it'd be nice to see, though, to stop what Ninjas of Pajamas is going to be looking to do, which is probably moving around the map. Like an ult, first one of the game to go off and see if he can chase down Seb. Unfortunately, that Fissure doesn't block him in, but the Surge is going to wear out eventually here, and he is no doubt dead. As Charlie chase him down, turn that into here. So looks like he already had the Vlads completed, so I wonder if that was on his way back.
I was about to say I really like this play from Era. Just cutting the wave, not having to deal with the Tidehunter, but
yeah,
you know, obviously in a little bit of trouble now. Ooh, nice little juke there.
They don't have the best cores to be able to sit in lane against the Tide, right?
No,
so,
they don't.
Era, he'll probably go down here, as there's no way he can juke it out one more time, right? Don't think so. Topson got a lot of heroes surrounding him right now in that mid lane, but that's the beautiful thing about Tidehunter. He can usually ignore quite a bit of it. Misha does end up going down thanks to the help of No Tail with those heavy nukes. That is something. Enchantress, I always hate playing the matchup against Oracle because you put so much magic damage out there and you're such a frail creature to just raw nukes.
It's true. You need a couple of bracers, at the very least a range drop to deal with it.
Looks like Saberlight used his Supernova just recently. Saberlight goes bang into Topson here and takes a big swing for the Anchor Smash and dies to the Gush follow-up. They do manage to get the kill on the supports here, but it's costing them quite a bit. They really need the secondary kill on Saksa, but Supreme can't block it in. He's going to have to pursue underneath the tier 1, gets the kill. This is the downside of Tidehunter, as these mobile heroes just kind of chase around him. Can't really help out too much, and now he's going to be surrounded by everybody. Does manage to get off an Anchor Smash, and that'll help keep him alive, especially with relocate of Mid-One coming in. Trying to slow down Era. A Gush slows him down even further. He still has a Fissure, though. He's going to bait him in a bit to the tier 1 tower. Double chains from Supreme.
Another game that I hear this howling coming from off screen. Oh, he's coming. He's coming.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, Charlie's, he's always in the mid lane. 9 minutes in. And
once again, Era trying to bait a little bit deeper into the tier 1 tower. Saberlight shows himself from the trees and starts laying some damage out onto Mid-One. The Supernova's going to burn a little bit more, but Mid-One's so fast, he might just be able to duck away into the trees and survive. He's going to TP out. Supreme presses forward into this mid lane, and they can do very little about him.
Right. Yep. Diving into the tier 2 as well. He does not care.
No. It's like a Timber Saw, you know, where you've got this peak of strength, and you want the enemy to try and fight you.
If they can kill this catapult, though, I think they're perfectly fine here without the DD.
Nice block in there on No Tail, and it looks like OG
almost got it off.
A little bit too far for themselves. That's in part because they were fighting a bottom lane where Saberlight did die to Mid-One. They're probably thinking to themselves, well, we've got relocate to pull people into the mid lane, but they were busy. Busy getting a more important kill, a Core Phoenix.
Although, you know, I would argue that the mid lane, at least stopping that pressure, like killing that catapult is really important, because this is a big spike for Tidehunter. I think, okay, Supreme, Topson.
They're gonna try a little bit. The chains instantly dispelled by the Mag maxed out. Down here. Now he is going to be able to get the Fisher block in, but the Ravage is up, as he said. He chooses an Anchor Smash instead. The Surge allows him to get away. That'll help solve some of the mobility problems for a Tidehunter. Saksa, though, his mobility is canceled by Charlie. Now the Ravage going up, but he outruns the Tentacles, and the Necronomicons will eventually kill him. And Topson, having killed that melee Necronomicon, actually just gets bursted down. The Echo Slam is there.
You're totally happy with this, even though you don't get a kill. You make your way into the enemy triangle. You get some wards down.
I think with Saberlight a little bit too far away, they've got to just full out retreat from this area. I'm surprised they're still here, man. Fortunately, Charlie, Arrow was in position to be able to break that smoke and even got hit by the stun from Saksa, so Charlie was able to get off his ultimate and get away. But still, that's a shapeshift down, and OG, you know they're going to make something happen with this. And if they'd gotten a double damage, it would have been the easiest Roshan ever. Since they didn't, and he was given to an Ember Spirit, this is going to be significantly more difficult. And that's why OG, they're not going to let Ninja the Pajamas just walk into the pit. They're going to try and take the fight straight to Nip. They're going to be able to catch Misha to start this fight, but it's just supports for now. Saberlight, he'd be a big kill, but he doesn't even get to pop the Supernova in time. Supreme jumps away to his remnants, but OG just keeps on trucking. The extra movement speed on Topson, whether it's from the tether or the surge, is allowing. Yeah, pretty much you're theory crafting, like, what can you do with a carry Tidehunter? It's like the biggest downside is mobility, right? Being able to stick on top of heroes. He just charges right in, and he has not. Are you serious? Misha's just gone, just like that. A Fisher wall that kind of goes wrong for Ninja the Pajamas. They do manage to get the Supernova as well as the Echo Slam. It looks like the Supernova's going to die, as will Era. Supreme is just left to try and pump out the rest of the damage by himself because he doesn't have a life kit here with Shapeshift. He gets pulled back from the vacuum into No-Tail's Fortune's End. Trapped down, and OG, for the third attempt at Roshan, will finally complete it.
You know what's so interesting about this? It's like, it's almost like the troll, but you're like a timber saw too. You know, you're not killable. Like, you just surge in and man up because you don't want to go on a Tidehunter. Who would do that? But you have to. It's in your face. Man.
This Tidehunter, right? He feels like he really can't get in there. It's just Supreme. Thor kind of run around. Nope, he can't do enough damage by himself. Oh, with that Fisher block, it actually landed. Maybe they could have forced something out. No-Tail still doesn't have his ultimate, but maybe could have gotten something. Solar Crest now complete for the Tidehunter, so he's got all the minus armor items he needs. They're actually going to pop the shapeshift here. They have to go for the backline heroes. That's why No-Tail's going to be the first target. He's already dead. Mid-1 is actually in a bit of trouble here. 3 seconds till he relocates back, so they're going to ignore him for now and go for the support. Saksa, what a vacuum pull-in from Seb. Looks really hot, but can they actually chase down the rest of these important heroes? Because even Misha, the squishy 5 position, is getting away. The heal actually brings him back up to a near full, and Topson still on that front line, still ready to fight, but Ninja the Pajamas, they see that Topson perhaps low enough. They actually get the Eul Scepter on the surge, so Topson, he's not going anywhere. He's going to be stuck inside the Supernova. Sure, he keeps on dispelling off these stuns, but the damage, it's coming a little bit more from Saberlight. He could have gotten it, and Supreme is there to be able to get it with a slight chain combo that finishes off the Tidehunter and allows. So No-Tail, he can play forward like he was doing before because the Ravage is there to assist Era. You can see half his health is gone from one Anchor Smash. If he gets another one, Era's just going to die, and he's get caught up by the rest of OG. So does Misha. Once again, the 2 supports of Ninjas of Pajamas, they do die, but this is still OG kind of 5-manning and taking over the map.
And he heals so much when he Anchor Smashes a creep wave there, actually.
Yeah.
Or the Wolves. I love that they can die basically doing this one time before, and they continue being so aggressive. Like, I think they have to keep the aggression up here.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Because eventually the December Spear gets a bit too big and starts killing a lot of your backline heroes, right? And this is where the Lycan coming into play, goes into the back, tries to go for No-Tail. They actually tried to hit the Meteor Hammer combo with the Supernova, but it wasn't good enough, and the Ravage actually clips Supreme. He didn't dodge it with a slight or a jump to his Remnant or anything. So that was just an easy kill for Tidehunter to be able to grab, and they didn't have buyback. So now, OG, with their aggression, this second time Melee racks, it looks like OG feels like it's not worth a try while Ravage is on cooldown.
Yeah, now it's
But if somebody treads a little bit too far forward, like perhaps Supreme and the rest of his team does, Topson just rolls up once again, makes Enchantress the target again and again. Supreme uses his light strike it out. What an echo slam from Era as he jumps in, but everybody heals up. The mech comes out, the heals from the Oracle, and it looks like everybody is perfectly fine except for maybe No-Tail, who's still kind of being run down by the Necronomicon units. He does eventually die.
And obviously against Lycan and Ember, this chip damage, that's very important. Would make Tyrant becomes basically unkillable.
Yeah, you take a large percentage of the damage away, and then you take just straight up raw damage out. Topson, though, he's really got to be careful of that Sunray. That's the only thing that really threatens him right now. Is if he stays into the entirety of that percentage-based damage does do some good work. What a roll-in from Soxa. Reading where the red is going, and that's a vacuum follow-up as well with a Ravage. And is that just going to be the wipeout of this game? They do manage to take out the Supernova, and there's still some buybacks left in the tank for Ninjas and Pajamas. They're going to have to blow all of them, though, and they don't have their Echo Slam. They don't have their Supernova. I'm not sure what they have to be able to stop OG from retreating, and I'm not even sure if they can really stop them from just taking their base like this. Roll forward, Saberlight tries to dive away, then he dies inside of the fountain too, couldn't get out fast enough. The silence on Supreme.
Look at the move speed on these two heroes.
Yeah, dude, they're just rolling. Finally, Charlie, he's gonna pop his ultimate. There goes the Echo Slam out from Arrow. Once again, they're trying to target the mid one, but the heals come out from No-Tail. Every single time they try and target somebody else other than No-Tail, they are met with a resounding wall of heals and magic immunity that pushes them back. They finally had to go for No-Tail now, but then eventually they just run out of damage. The four-man of OG remains strong, even just outside of your fountain. Pull him back in. Pull him out of the fountain. Get back here. We want to have a fight a little bit longer before we finish up this bottom lane.
I'm just speechless. I feel like this is really making me feel like Darkseer is not an okay hero.
GG, man.
Like, they are really using this Darkseer to its fullest potential. This strategy is not okay.
Combination.
Like, the Darkseer surging two people, one of which is unkillable. I mean, two of which, both of them were.
Yeah.